Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys, just disclaimer from the last video. I'm getting over a sinus infection, so my voice is going to sound like I'm being strangled.
That's right.
So please bear with me.
Okay, so what's going on with the spoilers for Spider-Man Far From Home, by the way? So after this trailer, what's your take on all this stuff?
I don't know what the hell this movie's about. Like, I'm so confused.
I think Mysterio is bullshitting people. Like, well, see, another thing that bothers me, too, is I saw there was a clip today besides that.
Okay.
And in the clip, they flat out say that the MCU is 616. Flat out, which is paradox because the 616 universe, like they labeled the movie universe a different number.
Right.
So you can't have two 616, but okay, whatever. So they labeled the movie universe 616, and I guess Mysterio says he's from 81 whatever. Which, who the hell is calculating what universe is what? But okay.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. I think he's not the Mysterio from another universe. But I think it's possible that there are people from other universes. But here's the thing that I really get worried about now. I don't want them to use this the multiverse thing, as an easy out to, oh, there's Black Widow. Oh, there's Captain America, another universe. Because, like, that would cheapen everything. You know, like, if you just had a Black Widow from another universe, there was no snap, it's Black Widow, it's like, oh, shit, that's Black Widow, this is great. But what about our Black Widow? She don't, you know, so, like, I just don't want them to use this as an excuse for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he died, Spider-Man, let's say, oh, we just go grab him from 617 and then bring him, it's like, you know. So, I don't know. I don't know why Spider-Man's got to be the thing that they got to do this in, but I guess, I don't know. What do you feel about it, though?
So, I liked the trailer, but maybe explain, like, if I'm going off on, like, a tangent, just, like, kind of pull me back, but
okay. This
just doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie to me.
It's Iron Man it's an Iron Man legacy type of thing.
So when I remember when I used to watch, or when the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans are coming out, and to a point, even the Amazing Spider-Man, those movies have like a feel. They have like a tone.
Right.
Like you do. Like, I'm going to see a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
These Homecoming, Far From Home, I don't get that feeling. I get kind of like it's a movie with Spider-Man. But it's not a Spider-Man movie, if that makes sense. Like, it's just, it's weird. So, my thing is this. I agree with you. I think Mysterio is lying. I don't think that he's from another universe. I don't think that there's anything from another universe in this movie. I think he's making these monsters and saying that they're from another universe, and then he stops them for whatever his goal is, right? But this is the thought that keeps crawling into my head. What if he's actually telling the truth? And he's actually from another universe?
See, that would really suck, first of all.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I think that that's a possibility, because I think that they're starting to kind of introduce this idea into the MCU, because this is going to be how they introduce the X-Men and the Fantastic Four.
See, but I'm worried about that too, because why can't it just be the MCU that they're here, not, you know, another universe? But okay.
Right. So another thing that kind of pops into my head is like, okay, so if this guy and these things are really from another universe,
right?
Where the hell is Doctor Strange?
That's another thing. Yes.
Why is he like, hey, problem? Like,
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the hell. You know what sucks? Tell me if you didn't think of this, right? Seeing this trailer, did you get the impression that Peter Parker was going to put on Iron Man's suit?
I got the impression that they're trying to force this idea that he needs to be the next Iron Man.
Yeah, why is that though? So in other words, just not be Spider-Man, but be Iron Man.
So I think the main theme for this movie is going to be the world doesn't need the next Iron Man; it needs the first Spider-Man. Because I think that's going to be like the goal is to kind of get him over as like he's moving into Tony's spot. But it kind of worries me that like immediately after Endgame, we're already diving into the Tony Stark's dead, mourn him. Like
Right, I know. The whole thing is going to be.
I just don't think it's like Endgame would have just come out, and it's like okay, like
I mean,
we get dead, don't milk it, like like.
Well, here's another thing. Like we know Nick Fury is from our universe, right?
Yeah.
But is Maria Hill from another universe? Because when I was looking at her, she didn't look like she did when she got snapped out.
Right.
But I mean, then again, I mean, I don't know. This is supposed to be minutes after Endgame. So did she dye her hair, or did she like?
I guess they probably just changed her appearance or something.
But like where would you have the time?
No, yeah, I know. I
like that's just impossible. Like she got snapped out, she got snapped back. She should look exactly the same, though.
I have a funny feeling that when they said that this movie takes place minutes after Endgame, it's gonna be like a scene at the beginning of the movie, and then we're gonna jump
like 6 months.
Yeah,
or something.
I really feel that that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I just want Spider-Man to be about Spider-Man, and that was my biggest thing when they introduced Spider-Man in this universe. It's like we're never gonna have just Spider-Man.
Right.
It's always gonna be like, oh, there's the Avengers. Hey, like,
yeah,
like, oh, hey, Hulk. It's like, could we just have you? Just you. And that's another thing too. Like, that whole point of him being young and with students. The movie should really be called Peter Parker, the movie.
The Peter Parker featuring Spider-Man.
Right, because, like, it's just Peter Parker, one of those coming-of-age comedies.
Yes.
Like The Breakfast Club or, like, Ferris Bueller, but he has spider powers. It's like, oh, great. I mean, why can't we have my favorite movie like Spider-Man 2? We're like, Doc Ock. We're never going to have that again. It's like, oh, my God.
I feel like, too, I'll go into this. The one thing I really did like about the trailer was very subtle, but it was at the beginning. I really liked the banter he had with the cops. Because I felt like that was something that was missing in Homecoming. Having, like, banter back and forth. This actually made me go, oh, yeah, that's
Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man. Yeah, that's what. Right. Well, let me get into Endgame for a second, because we got a surprise this morning. It turns out that they released some figures for the weekend for the foreign markets. Now they upped the Avengers. Now also today at 5 o'clock or around 5 o'clock, it also updated with Monday's figures, right? So now we got, Chris, it has 2,238,487,456. And for everybody who just wants to see a visual, I'm going to show it to you quickly. There it is. If you can see it, 2238. So that's a lot better than what it was before. But here's the problem, Chris. The movie is dropping more than 50%.
Oh, yeah.
It dropped 71%.
Oh, yeah.
It only made $10 million on Monday, which kind of hoping it was going to do $20 million. So now, as the days keep passing, this movie is not going to be. I mean, it's going to be in the top 10, but it's going to start drastically dropping from 1 to 3. Or a movie like Palms is going to knock it out, like The Book Club that time, that knocked out Infinity War. And by the time John Wick, or even after John Wick comes, it might be number 8. Like, it's dropping now. I mean, I think most everybody's seen it, so it's like, people seeing it again, but like now I'm a little worried about the Avatar, like beating Avatar. You know, I mean, I'm hoping on May 9th we get the report from the foreign markets, or May 10th, that we got another 200 million. But we still got, Chris, we still got to do 2,700,000,000, almost 2,800,000,000. That's what basically we have to do. And as it's going on, if it keeps dropping, we have a problem, you know? So I don't know. I'm getting a little concerned now. But what do you think?
I was actually talking to one of my friends about this a couple days ago, and he said the same thing. He's like, look, watch what this drop-off is going to be, because this is going to be like the most spectacular drop-off in the history of movies.
Right, we've always monitored that, and we're like, you don't go by week 1 or week 2. You know, like we could tap, boom. This is like dropping off a lot.
You know what's interesting about this is that none of these, you know, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and now it looks like Endgame. I know it's still early, but none of them have that staying power like the first Avengers had.
Yeah.
That first Avengers movie was in theaters for like months.
Even Avatar was 7 months was in the theater.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna be 7 months.
No, I don't think so. And it's interesting because it's like, yes, there was a big swell at the beginning, but now it's kind of like meh. It's like kind of puttering out.
And there's not even any movies that really should take it down anyway, though.
No, not yet. No.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Detective Pikachu comes out on Thursday.
Right.
And I know people are really excited to see that. So that's going to eat into it.
So that you think that will be number 1? That will actually knock Avengers down?
I think it's a possibility. I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Right.
But you got to remember, there's a lot of Pokemon fans out there. And they have been waiting for this. And not to mention, this is probably going to do spectacularly overseas.
Right.
It's probably going to be like one of the biggest friggin' things overseas. You know, you've got the Pokemon fans, you got the fans of Ryan Reynolds, you've got, this is a popular thing overseas, obviously. It's popular in America. And you've got those people who are pissed off with the Sonic thing saying, I'm going to go see the movie that did it right.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
You know, that's going to be an issue for Avengers. Then next week, John Wick 3 comes out.
Yeah.
And you know that's going to be big.
Yeah.
You know, then the week after that, I think it's Godzilla. So, I mean.
Once Godzilla comes out, that's it.
They better.
You know. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, I thought that by Sunday. We would have 2,600,000,000, right?
Right.
I don't even know if we're going to do that. We might have 2,463,000,000 instead of 2,600,000,000. So in other words, I think the lowest. Yeah, 2,463,000,000. I mean, that's Sunday. I think by Sunday. What do you think?
I think that's probably pretty accurate, unless there's some sort of big swell over the weekend. But I think that dream of this being the highest grossing movie ever might start to become out of reach.
The biggest thing that's going to help us is the foreign markets, that people just keep going to the movies. And if we can get 200 million or more out of them, you know what I'm saying, by the 10th, that would help us tremendously. But I don't think we're going to get 200 million. I think we're going to get like 125 million or something. Because even there's new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? We want it to beat Avatar. We're going to check this closely every day, and every day we'll be able to have a better handle of what's going to do Sunday, and hopefully we'll beat Avatar, but I don't know at this point. If it could stay in the movies for another month or two, I mean, I don't know what place it's going to be, but it's not going to be a month or two because Godzilla's coming out, like we said, so. It's got a couple of weeks to do this. So let's do it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Anything else about Avengers?
Not about Avengers, but this is kind of a good segue into some other stuff that came out. I don't know if you want to do that here or not. I mean, it's related. So
yeah, let's do it here. We'll do it here.
Okay. So Disney released their schedule for a couple of big things in the next couple of years.
Yes.
We are getting the next Star Wars trilogy, whether it's Rian Johnson's or the Game of Thrones guys. I think it's probably going to be the Game of Thrones guys. But starting in 2022.
Yes.
December of 2022. This has effectively pushed some of these Avatar movies out of their release dates.
Now, why did they do that? Is Avatar just not ready?
So I think it might be a combination of them not being ready and Disney saying, we want more Star Wars. I think that's what happened there.
Well, let me ask you a question. Could be the reason why they took it out is because they wanted Indiana Jones in its place?
It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
So 2022, 2024, and 2026, right? All Star Wars.
Yeah, and then in between those are when the Avatar films are going to come out. So
well, they were going to come out.
No, like they're not coming out the same year as Star Wars. So when you get a Star Wars movie in 2022, then apparently in 2023 you get an Avatar movie. Then 2024 you get Star Wars, 2025 Avatar.
So no, like Avatar is not coming out 2021 because they delayed.
No, I think the one is still coming out next year.
It is? Because I got a thing today that Avatar was delayed for years. Like
some of the other ones were. I'm pretty sure the other one is the first one that they're or the second one technically is still coming out December of next year.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna be following this story. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that brings it up. It's related to this also because I wanna. We also got a list, Chris, for the Phase 4, but only a few movies from Phase 4, right? Now we had a date of May 1st, 2020, November 16, 2020, February 12th, my birthday, 2021, May 7th, 2021, November 5th, 2021, February 18th, 2022, May 6th, 2022, and July 29th, 2022. So basically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. Not entirely the whole Phase 4. I took a guess on what I think it's going to be. Friendly speculation. Doesn't hurt. And I feel the first movie, May 1st, which is also, keep in mind, Free Comic Book Day of 2020, because they coincided with a comic book release. Black Widow will probably be, I think, right away, May 1st. I think Doctor Strange 2 will probably come out November 16th, because I think, and then Black Panther 2 will come out in February, because it did great in February. I think Guardians of the Galaxy will come out May 7th, 2021. I think Eternals will come out November 5th. Because I think if you put Eternals out and you're not too sure about it in the spring and summer months, it might get killed, so you put it in November. I think Captain Marvel 2 will be February 18th, 2022. I think Spider-Man 3, because we know it's every couple of years. Spider-Man 3 will be 2022. And then I think Ant-Man 3 would be July 29, 2022, because it's always in July, Ant-Man anyway, or something like that, or whatever. So that's my guess, because again, the Shang-Chi thing is too early to even have a thing. It's probably going to come out in, 2020, if there's a November one in 2022. But pretty much we know that they're filming Black Widow, I think, now, Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2. James Gunn came out and said he has assembled his Suicide Squad. They're going to be filming soon, which means that when he's done, he's going to be working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 this year, prepping, and then next year filming, and then it would make it for 2021. What do you think?
No, I think you're right about pretty much all of that.
Yeah.
There
might be a surprise.
I definitely.
But you got to think about Spider-Man is you're not going to have another Spider-Man sequel too far off. Black Panther, you're going to have it out right away. Doctor Strange right away, because you're going to have Doctor Strange out very close. Because here's the thing, if there was something in there about Black Widow and the multiverse, even though it was a prequel, Doctor Strange clear it up right there. You know what I'm saying? And then you would have Black Panther and, all this stuff. So I think Even Captain Marvel, it would come out in like February because, it does well before,
Right.
So, I mean, all this stuff, even Ant-Man came out in July. I think it came out July last time. So, and Eternals, like, I mean, this is like the safe bet, I think. I mean, the only other movie that's not on here is Shang-Chi. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be in 2022. I think it's going to be November 2022. So we'll see. But I think pretty much, and this is not the complete Phase 4. This might not even be Phase 4, but they did say that these movies were going to be a reality. So even Ant-Man 3, that was going to be a reality because it did well. It beat the first, whether you liked it or you didn't, it beat the original Ant-Man. So that's what you always want to do, right? Like when you have a sequel, you want to make more money than the original. So it did. So that's guaranteed that's going to happen. And they even hinted that they want to do a trilogy. They always want to do trilogies. Do you think there's anything else that I missed that they might spring in there, or no, not yet? Like a Nova movie, or you think that's way after?
Yeah, I have a funny feeling that there's going to be a surprise or two.
I think Thor 4 will be Taika Waititi. We heard that Taika Waititi pitched Thor 4.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever happens in Guardians, he's going to leave the Guardians. I heard a rumor, and this is just take it with a grain of salt. I heard, because you know how like they have Ragnarok and like actual Ragnarok, they die and they come back?
Mm-hmm.
I heard a rumor that he's going to go to Valhalla to try to get the souls of like the Asgardians, like Loki and Idris Elba, all these people. And he's going to be battling whoever in Valhalla. Which, again, when the gods die, they're supposed to come back. They didn't come back. So that's supposed to happen. Like they've said this in the comics. Their consciousness goes right into a brand new body. It's the same body, but a new body. And they just come back. But they live for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They keep coming back. That's the way it's prophesized, whatever it's magic, whatever you call it. They keep coming back, but they didn't come back. So he goes to Valhalla, I guess, for answers. This is supposedly what we're hearing. That's a rumor, though. But I can't imagine what else he would do. But I think he is going to battle Adam Warlock. And if it's stuff to do with the Soul Stone, that might make it very interesting for if the Black Widow comes back at all, which I honestly think they're never going to tell you the truth. They're going to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to say for the definitive answer she's never coming back. They're all lying. And I think the funny thing, did you hear today now that the Russo brothers changed their mind? And now I think they want to work on Batman? Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So in other words, this is a weird thing. They are filming movies with the Avengers, but like they're doing a movie for Tom Holland. Then I think they're doing a movie for somebody else. And then they're going to have that library, like Pink Panther and all that, right?
Right.
But
right.
They said something today. They really want to do Batman. Now, Batman's already being done without them. Like, it's already planned. But they're talking after that. Like, they just mentioned it. And because they mentioned it, Warner Brothers was like, oh! Like, wouldn't you? Like, your Endgame just did $2 billion. You know what I'm saying? So they want it. This is not even like, oh, maybe we'll do it. They flat out said, we want to do Batman. We're fans of Batman. We would love to do it. So right off the bat, they're not with Marvel right now. They're free agents. They want to get it out there. 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to happen, and Warner Brothers is going to sign them just for that one movie. So I don't know what that's going to mean for this movie coming out. I mean, this guy better get his, what is it? What's the guy's name? Matt Reeves?
Yeah.
He's got to get his movie out, because if he doesn't, like, if something's going on, they don't have a cast, they might scrap him and they may go with them. You don't think?
I mean, it's possible, but I think that they're really behind Matt Reeves doing this.
I know, but I think they'll definitely give, because, I mean, they're doing other movies. They'll give they'll give the Russo brothers a movie. You know? So I don't know. I mean, I would be all for that, but I don't know if the companies would be for this. Because we know that James Gunn is an exception. because he has a loyalty to them they hired him, and now Disney wants him back. So this one instance that we allowed for a guy to work on a DC movie than a Marvel movie, but you know what I'm saying? But supposedly the Russos, like, they may be done totally, so that's why they would have Batman. That's a different story, but like, not back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now also, I mean, I heard that, and this is another rumor, that James Gunn, if the Suicide Squad reaches a certain dollar amount, that he is going to do another DC movie, that they're going to give him something. This is what I heard. They're going to offer him something, or they're going to, whatever DC movie he wants to do, as long as nobody else is doing it.
If that's true, my best guess would be the Green Lantern Corps.
That's what he wants to do?
I would assume that that's probably what it would be.
Okay. Also, even though he's back with Disney, I heard that it was not cool. He thought that they cost him the job with Sony, and he lost the Bloodborne movie. So I don't know if they're getting anybody else to do the Bloodborne movie, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get the movie back if you don't got it already. And if you don't get it back, he's going to get something from Sony. You know, but I'm sure Marvel's going to do something too. Like, I'm sure if he does Guardians and it does like $2 billion, I'm sure they're going to offer him another movie as well. I mean, what do you think? That's just, come on. But I don't know what else he would do other than Guardians, unless he did like a Guardians of the Galaxy in the 30th century, you know? I don't know. But what else? I think that's pretty much it, right? Of those things? Was there anything?
Yeah, from what I know, yeah.
Oh, okay. You got to go? We actually have to do one other cast. You got to go or no?
I'm all good. We can go.
We'll be right back. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.